Here we are in Burradon, commemorating the pit disaster of 1860, remembering all those who died and thinking about what that means to us now. Burradon has always been a unique community, bound together by shared work and shared lives. Everybody lived and worked around the mine. It was a hard and demanding life, but it bred character and it bred community spirit. Angela Hunter, head teacher at Burradon Primary, has been running a project fund with Find Your Talent to help pupils understand something of their heritage. Though long be the night, the day will be bright, when the sun of our freedom shall rise in its might.
The project started to commemorate the mining disaster of 1860, with it being the 150-year anniversary, and it bore out of an idea from the forum, of the school working with the forum to ensure that the children in the village understood the heritage, understand the importance of remembering the pit disaster and how it shaped their future.
There was a mining disaster in 1860 and 70 something people died of it, and the youngest one was 10 and when the oldest was like 60 something.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Years ago.
Yeah.
When everyone was not born. And when the explosion happened.
Oh.
March the 2nd, 1860.
And what do you know about the explosion?
That it killed 76 men. It was dead scary because there was gas in there, and sometimes it would explode and then you would get killed. And it was a mine accident because the wood collapsed and they got dead.
We've had an artist in doing banners, which are like the original mining banner, which used to hang in the old school building.
There was a man in a boat, in a boat, in a boat, was a man in a boat ever so long. There was a man in a boat chasing a nanny goat, get away Jack, you're telling a lie. Excellent.
We've had vocal union in from the Sage to support the children in learning local mining songs.
There was a man in a cave, in a cave, in a cave, was a man in a cave ever so long. There was a man in a cave chasing a tidal wave, get away Jack, you're telling a lie. There was a man in China, in China, in China, was a man in China ever so long. There was a man in China chasing a golden miner, get away Jack, you're telling a lie. Well done, give yourself a round of applause.
We asked children from the school and members of the forum what they thought it was like living and working in Burradon in the past.
In the olden days, you used to get about £5 every week.
Right.
And it was horrible because if you were dead young, you had to wear your dad's old shoes and your dad's old clothes. It must have been hard, like pushing the things down the coal mine. You didn't have no lights in the olden days and it was like dark. Sometimes you wouldn't even wear shoes. You had no toilets neither. All that they had was soup and dry bread. But they had little lamp pits, just little cans that could fit in the pocket. If you were the youngest, you had to go in the bath last so the dad can go in first.
Apparently if your mum thought you were cute and everything and like that, and she would put more hot water in for you.
I think they've also got more of an understanding of why we need to remember what happened in the past and kind of work from that to develop their future.
The money from the mine they donated had got a new school, the old school.
Like the people from down the mine, it wasn't a very good job, so they tried to get them a better job.
Because they wanted people to get a better education, they didn't want people to go back down the mine in case they get injured and that. And they wanted they might have built the school for people who were down the mine to get them like doctors and nurses and that.
They'll see the whole work coming together and they'll realise exactly how important it is that we've done what we've actually done for the village, for the school and also for the local community.
I mean, Burradon was like many pit villages all over the two counties of Northumberland and Durham. In that way, it wasn't unique. In another way, it was unique because of the people, and they had some very, very special people here in 1860 that were willing to stand up for their rights and engage with people like Joseph Cowan and enlist their help. And that wasn't happening in many other collieries. So I think we were unique in that way, and them people were very, very special.
It was the absolute shock, I think, of seeing the age of some of the kids that were killed, 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, 15. I think it brings home something they've never really thought about, and it's to me it's an, I suppose it's a lasting memorial, a bad memorial in a way, to a time when human life was looked upon as basically expendable.
Because even back then they knew education was a way out. I mean, ignorance breeds poverty, which breeds ignorance, and they knew that if the kids got a decent education, they could fulfil themselves. And I mean, my dad, he worked at Burren Pit, and he said he would be the last one from our family who worked down the pits, because he knew it was a hard life, and he knew really, you know, the dangers involved, and he wanted something better for us. That's why he always sort of encouraged us to sort of get an education.
When the colliery closed in 70s, I'm not sure, a lot of there's no argument, I think it was 76 when the colliery closed. Something went out of the village.
I can remember that horrible feeling when we came back and you saw the pit rows empty and just stood there, and it looked like, how can I say, like a sinking ship. How you would feel when you saw something disappearing, you know, although it was standing there in front of you, it had gone, you know. All the years. People, friends. And they built a new estate over the road behind the club and behind what was then the co-op. And a lot of the women, I mean, they were over the moon, having an indoor toilet, a bathroom, central heating, no fires to clean out and ashes and things like that, you know. So, but a lot of them said they preferred the Colliery Rose.
Paul Allen has been commissioned to do a series of paintings to commemorate the disaster and celebrate the past, present and future of Burredon.
This was the iconic one. This is the one that because that to me captures everything you want. You know, there's no pitman. That's towards when the pit was closed, going towards pit, going to work. But yeah, that's where all the colliery rows were. You know, here these were rows and rows of colliery streets.
But the lady you interviewed, that's
her dad. No, Irene, that's her dad on there.
It was a community, and the miners had a saying, a terminology, marras. There were marras down the mine. That's what they called their colleagues. There were marras, and there were marras underground, and there were marras on top. They all had the same. Most of them had the same interests. Went to work. They had allotments. They went to the club.
If we could bring those people forward through time to take a look at how we're living today, do you think they'd be proud of what we've achieved? Has their aspiration for freedom been realised? Is the spirit of Burredon still alive in our community and in our children?
I think the people who started like donating the money from the bit for the school will be like proud of themselves because all of the changes that have happened now, and they don't have to go down the pit and everything.
Mm-hmm. It's a much better place now because like there's not many, well, they can't have explosions because the pit's like gone now, and you've got nice houses. Oh, and you've got good cars. You've got loads of food. I already said that. You've got loads of
fridges,
vehicles to get you around.
I think it's nice living in Burredon. Nice because I know all my friends around there. It's a good place and it's nice and everyone's like looking after each other and stuff. Like it's been on the news that people have been looking after each other in the ice and stuff. And now we'll have people that come and help you at your houses, like they come and do your painting and stuff. But in those days you didn't even get any time to paint. Oh, and there's also something else that we've missed out. At least we don't have to watch black and grey TV screens anymore.
What do you watch now?
We watch colourful.
And here we are sitting in an era where you can put your hand in your pocket and you've got a phone, you've got a computer. A computer? I mean, what was a computer? Nobody would never, you know, the only magic things were them days was the stars in the sky and I mean, they were true, you could see them. You know, other things were just, well, it is magic. I mean, the way the world has progressed.
Yeah, so it's a good life now, but it wasn't then, and it'll be a better life when it's in the future.
What would be the best thing in the future?
To see your memories. To see your memories.
To see your memories? How would you do that, do you think?
And take them off your head and see them.
Could you...
And the sun and pull them out.
You just pull them out?
No, you can't.
How? How would you see them?
Because you just see them through your head. It was everyone's birthday.
It would be everybody's birthday?
Mhm.
All of the time?
Mhm.
Wow.
Every day.
A double-decker bus can hold as many people as 40 cars. So if they just get rid of cars and then just use buses, it'll be better, even though you pay a couple of quid to get onto a bus. It won't matter, it'll be saving the earth.
I would like the kids to realise that that they are part of a unique little bit of history here. Some of the families that's lived in Burren have lived in Burren since the beginning of the village. Marx's, Aldersons, Waitmans, you know, which is, I'm a part of the Waitman family, my mother was a Waitman. They have been part of this village for a couple of 100 years, you know. And you see on the memorial plaque, there are families that still live in this village now who lost people. I try and impress on the kids here, you have the opportunity now. The sky's the limit for what you want to do. Literally, the sky is the limit.
I want to be a policeman. I want to be a hairdresser.
I want to be a scientist.
I
would like to be a doctor.
You'd like to be a doctor?
I would like to be a teacher.
Oh. Could you tell me why you'd like to be a doctor?
Because I want to help people.
I'd want to be like an
animal finder.
Well, not an animal finder, but like an animal scientist.
Animal scientist, and you're going to be a scientist.
Yeah.
And you're
I want to bring more things into the world. I want to also like kind of change people's ways to like make the world like better.
You can have a job and you can want to be something, but there's hopes sort of that you can have. Like Andrew wants to go to
China, Italy and Brazil.
Italy and Brazil, but there's some people might just want to be able to learn to play the guitar or learn an instrument or do something like that, or they might just, and like there's big one and there's small ones.
What's yours, do you think?
Well, I thought I want to say the Northern Lights.
I would love to think in the 200th anniversary that a kid who's been through Burren or come from Burren School or gone to Burren isn't just attending, but is coming as a VIP guest to open the proceedings and this sort of thing. That would make my day. Although I'll not be here, you know, that would really, really make my day. I would love to think that.
I think the important thing to know is that it was men and women standing up, fighting for their rights, doing things for themselves, and it can be done. You don't have to. It is your life. You can do it for yourself. You don't have to be pushed along by the bosses or the upper classes or whatever. You know, you can do something for yourself. You can make the village your own.